Pain. It's something we all experience at different points in our lives, but what if I told you that pain is not your enemy? That pain, rather than being a force to avoid, is actually a powerful tool that can push you toward greatness? In this video, we will uncover how pain can be your ally, shaping your destiny and guiding you toward success. Pain as a universal experience. Pain is inevitable. It comes in many forms: physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual. Everyone faces it at some point. In fact, some of the greatest leaders in history have lived through unimaginable suffering, yet it was their ability to endure that suffering rather than escape it that made them who they were. As Robert Greene explains in the 48 Laws of Power, power often lies in the ability to endure hardship without letting it break you. Pain tests your limits and reveals your true strength. When faced with adversity, some break while others rise. It's not the pain that determines your fate, but how you respond to it. The hidden power of pain. Niccolò Machiavelli emphasizes the importance of resilience. He wrote, "It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles." In other words, a person's true value is not defined by their circumstances or the amount of pain they endure, but by their response to those circumstances. Pain shapes character. It molds the mind. It teaches us valuable lessons, making us sharper, more focused, and more determined. In fact, one of the core principles in psychology is that our growth happens when we confront pain head-on, not when we shy away from it. The greatest leaders in history did not avoid suffering. They embraced it. The psychology of suffering. Psychologists argue that suffering can actually enhance our mental toughness. Studies show that those who experience difficult situations and overcome them tend to have higher emotional resilience. The famous psychologist Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, "Suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a meaning. Pain, when understood and faced with the right mindset, loses its power to break you. Instead, it becomes fuel for your growth." This idea aligns with the concept of the growth mindset, developed by psychologist Carol Dweck. People with a growth mindset see challenges, even painful ones, as opportunities to learn and grow. When you view pain in this way, it becomes an essential part of your journey toward greatness. The role of pain in mastery. It's important to realize that mastery in any field requires sacrifice. Pain is part of the process. In the 48 Laws of Power, Greene talks about the law of master the emotional self. To master anything, whether it's an art, a skill, or a mindset, you must first master yourself. That means accepting pain as part of your learning curve, not something to be avoided. Consider the world's greatest athletes, artists, and leaders. They didn't become masters by shying away from discomfort. They embraced it. They understood that every injury, every failure, every moment of exhaustion was a necessary step toward their eventual triumph. Pain sharpens the mind and strengthens the body. It is through pain that we learn perseverance, discipline, and focus. The art of turning pain into power. Pain is a gift. It may not feel like it in the moment, but it is. In fact, you can transform your pain into power. Think about the most powerful figures in history. They were not born powerful. They became powerful because they knew how to transform their suffering into a source of inner strength. Machiavelli suggests that rulers should be both feared and loved, but most importantly, they should never show weakness. They should use pain, whether their own or others, to maintain control and to rise above the chaos. This idea is not about being ruthless for the sake of it, but about learning to use every experience, especially painful ones, to craft a more powerful version of yourself. So remember, pain is not your enemy. It is not something to fear. Pain is your teacher, your mentor, and your guide. Embrace it, understand it, and use it to propel you to the next level. The moment you accept pain as part of your path is the moment you begin to unlock your true potential.